Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Pole High School's graduation class of 2020. And now, the national anthem.
Oh, say can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'd like to give a congratulations to the North Pole High School graduating class of 2020 on this important milestone. On behalf of the 18th aggressors in Allison Air Force Base, we wish you the very best in the next stage of your life. Have at you.
And now, please welcome the class of 2020. Superintendent Dr. Gaborik, school board members, fellow administrators, teachers, support staff, parents, and the graduates of North Pole High School class of 2020. Once again, good evening. I'm John Fink, the interim principal, and what an honor it has been to share this year with you. A year like no other. I'd like to first recognize our amazing assistant principals, Teresa Lesage, who will actually be the principal at Crawford Elementary next year, and Dr. April Scott, who will be the assistant principal at Ben Eielson Junior Senior High School. You'll be seeing them a little later in the program, helping to introduce some of the students' speeches. And now, come with me, I've got something to show you. Well, senior, you didn't get to go to the beautiful and brand new Discovery Peaks Charter School for your high school prom this year, but you are graduating. And you didn't get to go to the Partners Club dance in the gym this spring, but you are graduating. And you didn't get to participate in spring sports, but you did get to graduate. So my point is that when trials and adversities come your way, are you just going to throw in the towel? Or are you going to look for the opportunities? Are you in a last can? Or are you in a last can't? So maybe it wasn't the best way to finish your senior year. Or best spring break ever. And years from now, if you're referred to as a COVID high school graduate, I hope you'll wear that title as a badge of honor, having improvised, adapted, and overcome. Congratulations, graduate. And now, please welcome the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Owen Luo.
It's my honor to present this speech to the 8 people in front of me, but also to everyone at home right now. To the graduating class of 2020, wherever you may be right now, congratulations for finally graduating, considering the circumstances that we're under. I'm proud of our class for pulling through this, especially knowing how obnoxious online learning can be. Even so, we couldn't have done this without our wonderful and persevering teachers. While we're popping onto the occasional Zoom meeting just to say hi or chat, our teachers are hard at work trying to keep us busy with activities and new assignments, even though nobody does them. I also want to thank all the remaining administrative staff and counselors who are hard at work trying to keep everything from falling apart behind the scenes, but also for all their help that they've provided us in our 4 years of our high school career. Most of all, thank you to all the parents who have raised their children into the resourceful and ambitious adults that they now are. Live life and meet new people, because you never know when there might be another epidemic.
Thank you, Owen. And now please welcome the salutatorian for the class of 2020, Anthony Isles.
My favorite quote is from Gary Vaynerchuk, and while it's only 4 words, it holds a key to success. Before I reveal it, I'd like to start off by acknowledging our success was due to the amazing support around us. Without the endless nagging from our parents, we would have never become self-driven. Without amazing teachers, we would not have learned to think outside the box. Without the hours of backstage planning from the counselors, we would not have gone through the maze of graduation requirements. Without our classmates, we would not have faced the competition which drove us to improve. As for me, without the help of my boys, I would not have created such precious memories and understood the complexity of true friendship. We are all part of each other's success. Now for the quote. It reads, macro patience, micro speed. Macro patience is the ability to never give up, to maintain a constant clear mindset that focuses on what is in one's control. Micro speed, however, is the ability to make little steps towards one's goals each day. When each element stands on its own, its value is definite, but together, it is infinite. Tell yourself, I can't do it, and you won't. But change this mindset to, I can do it, and where there's a will, there's a way. When you break a negative mindset, expectations and boundaries will break too. This is true success. Thank you all, and good luck at Class of 2020.
Thank you, Anthony. And now, please welcome the Student Body President, Jake Wade.
This isn't normal. This isn't what we expected. But really, I don't think we expected any of this when we were younger. We didn't expect the people we'd become and the places we'd be going. It was all new. It was all unexpected. When we were in elementary school, we expected a lot out of high school. We expected every Friday night football game to end in a last-second touchdown which would win us the game. We expected prom to be the best night of our lives. We expected our classrooms to be a comfortable temperature. But none of those expectations were quite met. But in other ways, these expectations have been far surpassed, especially in those we had of ourselves. When we were in kindergarten, we weren't worried about what we were doing after high school. We were more concerned that we'd forget the number after 20, or that we absolutely wouldn't be able to hold it until the bathroom pass came back. We didn't know what was coming tomorrow, much less what was coming in high school. We didn't know that we would lose some of our friends and gain others. We didn't know which classes we would love and which classes we would hate. Many of us found ourselves slipping into post-high school plans just in the last year or so. And much like high school was this great unknown which we pinned our hopes and dreams on, the world beyond our childhood will be much the same. We all have some expectation of what lies ahead of us, but regardless of the blueprint we have sketched out, the architect that is life will take it only as inspiration. It will tear down the wall intended to be your dream career and leave the room much bigger than it was before. And when you've seen your life to its close and look back at the house which represents it, you'll see it doesn't resemble the aspirations you once had. But the chances are you'll love it much better than when you'd first drawn it out. You never thought to get married or start a business or travel, but here at the end of your life, you'll be happy you did. You see, I never expected to give this speech to a nearly empty auditorium. I never expected to have my senior year so abruptly ended. None of us did. But even though it's not the ending we'd long dreamed of since third grade when we were counting down the days till we never had to do division again, it's a reminder. It's a reminder that the world won't always comply with your demands. That what you had accepted as a given isn't a given at all. This whirlwind of a moment in human history has made us appreciate everything we once had. And because of it, we remember that we must go into life and savor every moment, regardless of how banal it may seem. Because someday we might not have it. Someday we'll look back at high school. We'll remember walking across the stage in an empty auditorium. But more than that, we'll remember everything that happened before then. We'll remember who we were and what we did, and sitting in our rocking chairs, we'll smile. We'll smile because we were happy for all that did happen, rather than sad for what didn't.
Thank you, Jake. And now, please welcome the senior class president, Olivia Odie.
Thank you, families and friends of the graduating class of 2020 for taking the time out of their day to watch our graduation video. I would like to say how much I absolutely love this school with my whole heart, and I'm going to miss all the people I've met here. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, I didn't really feel upset or sad about graduation until I attended a senior class Zoom meeting and had to turn off my video due to crying my eyes out while wearing mascara that isn't waterproof. It's upsetting to me that I don't get to spend time with my classmates before we go our separate ways, but I think that really shows the importance all these people have played in my life, and that is what high school is all about, the people you meet and the memories you share with them. A quote I would like to share is, "Memories may fade as the years go by, but they won't age a day." I hope this reminds everyone to live life to the fullest no matter the obstacles that are put in their way. Thank you to my class for sharing this amazing school with me and making my time at North Pole High School a time to remember. I've currently been living my life to the fullest just like I did in high school, and just like in high school, I didn't write this speech until the day before it was due. Speaking of which, big shout out to Miss Alexander for always proofreading every essay I turned into her. Thank you to Mr. Millian for letting me into his advanced auto class knowing darn well I could only change tires. Thank you to Mr. Balick for being you. I'm so thankful you were there to help me through our student council endeavors and for playing movies during lunch. Thank you to Miss Wade for giving me and Elena classes together even though you told the freshmen that changing their class to be with friends was not a good excuse. Thank you to Miss King for always upholding the highest standard of beauty. And thank you to my brother Malcolm for always calling me smelly in the hallway, and thank you to Addison for always agreeing with him. Finally, thank you to the class of 2020 for all the memories we have shared. I hope everyone makes more amazing memories as they enter this next chapter of their life, and remember, hugs not drugs.
Thank you, Olivia. And now please welcome student speaker, voted by his classmates, Clayson Wiley.
Good evening, everyone. Students, parents, family, and friends. Some of you may know me through the infamy of my shenanigans. Well, my name is Clayson Wiley, and it's a pleasure to be here. Through the course of the last 4 years, we've all certainly grown and changed a sizable amount. It's through our peers and our teachers that we start to really embrace the people we are becoming. There's just as much to learn from the people around you as there is from a book, and I'll give you a few examples. Miss Bex pushed a narrative that life without energy is boring. While this seemed a little ironic while sitting in murder science class, I couldn't agree more. And I see this lesson every day when I talk to Bo. Everything he does with high energy, and it makes him that much better of a person to be around, even if that makes him insufferable when you just want to sulk. Colonel Rauenhorst and Chief Spillneck taught me patience. Not everything will go right, but you don't need to freak out about it. This message is enforced by Audrey, when every time I try to get ready to blow up, she'd tell me I need to be the bigger person and move on, which is always the last thing you want to hear, but it's always true. Miss Alexander is a prime example of speaking reasonably and understanding the validity of everyone around you. No one person should be heard more than another, and I feel this is exemplified through the work of Mr. President Jake Wade, who always seemed to understand everyone else. I'm not sure how he manages to do that so consistently, but I guess that's why they let him into Yale. Miss Hollett and Miss Snyder both held large roles in teaching me to think my own thoughts. Both of them led me down a road to understanding that a hive mind will never help anyone do anything. I truthfully think this message is best seen through the day-to-day lives of Alex Kazens and Abigail Taylor. Maybe it's the fact that they both want to go into poli-science, but I can always count on the two of them to give their honest thoughts even when in disagreement. Finally, Miss Savage. Miss Savage is the quintessential example of always believing in people and seeing the best in them, which is weird because she teaches math and heard us complain more than anything. When I think about people who always try to see the best in people, my mind immediately jumps to Caitlin Weiss. We've all had our experiences with the Sith Lord, so I think you all understand, and I'm pretty sure she's never been anything but nice. So to everyone who made at the past 4 years what they've been, thank you. Now for the part we're all here for. Me. Us. I look around this room today, and I see about 8 people. But if everyone was here, I would have a good look at everyone who's made this place home and made the past 5 years worth it. I never thought I'd live in a place for 5 years, and even less so, I never thought I'd be happy to do so. So thank you all for that. While we're thanking people, I think it's extremely important to thank Mr. Fink for all his hard work this year. We've seen some weird things in high school. The paper apocalypse, the rise and fall of the Pooh Bandit, and even redacted. Each of these years seem to have brought along a new principal, but I think we can all agree you were by far the best one. Mr. Fink and his team truly marveled me and their ability to pull this event together. So to everyone at home, I'm going to give you 5 seconds, and I want you to cheer for him, or say something nice about him on Facebook. Something. I can't tell if you're actually going to do it, so I'll just have to trust you. Okay, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With that said, I think my time has come. I hope you're all staying safe. Be sure to congratulate a senior. And to my fellow seniors, best of luck in all you do. And for the love of all that may be holy, wash your hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Clayson. And now, welcome the faculty speaker, voted by the class of 2020, Mr. Jerry Millian.
Many adults in our society are worried about your generation. They say, kids these days have no work ethic. Kids these days don't know how to read or follow multi-step instructions. Kids these days have no moral compass, no integrity, no sense of value or regard for other humans. I see you in a different light, and I have a name for you. The young adult mavericks from North Pole High School class of 2020. If you describe someone as a maverick, you mean that they are unconventional and independent and do not think or behave the same way as other people. Young adult mavericks from North Pole High School class of 2020, view this as a badge of honor. You are the future leaders of our world. You have been brought into this world with unique challenges, different than any other generation. A global population approaching 8 billion. By the way, our country has 5% of the world's population and 25% of the prisoners. You're born into technology with the looming presence and double-edged sword of artificial intelligence, social media, and huge financial concerns. You were born into a world with climate change and now COVID-19. Despite these challenges, I have found that you are resilient and have mastered the art of critical thinking, and you don't just accept things that are said without some credible backup. You have figured out that life is not fair, never has been, never will be. You also understand that you are not getting the full story in a 30-second soundbite, and that there is a large amount of information that is often manipulated and withheld from you. Hooray to you, the young adult mavericks from North Pole High School class of 2020. Go forward without fear. Instead, embrace courage. Remember that fear is a reaction, courage is a decision. A couple observations on courage. With courage, you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. Mark Twain. One is not necessarily born with courage, but one is born with potential. Without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue with consistency. We can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. Maya Angelou. And by the way, Maya Angelou's book, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, is one of the many recently banned books in a school district within Alaska. Young adult mavericks from North Pole High School, class of 2020, the world, our country, and Alaska need you. And in closing, don't lose your sense of humor, and if you do lose it, find it quickly. And make sure that you don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life.
Distinguished members of the Fairbanks North Star Borough Board of Education and Superintendent Dr. Gaborik, I would like to present for your approval North Pole High School's class of 2020. As principal, I hereby certify that all students filmed turning their tassel have met the requirements as mandated by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the state of Alaska. I am both honored and proud to present North Pole High School's class of 2020.
Administrators of North Pole High School, teachers, staff, parents, relatives, and guests. As a representative of the Fairbanks North Star Borough Board of Education, I acknowledge and accept the students presented today have completed their graduation requirements as set forth by the Fairbanks North Star Borough School District and the state of Alaska. On behalf of the Board of Education and the school district administration, I congratulate you on your accomplishments. And I'd just like to add that this graduating class of 2020, you are amazing students. You are amazing young people. You're going to go forth and you're going to reach for your goals and you're going to accomplish those things. We are depending on you. We've supported you, and we know that you have destiny and purpose in your life and that you will accomplish great things. And we're looking forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you.
And now, North Pole High School is proud to present the graduates of Class 2020. Graduates, please come forward to accept your diploma. Alexa Christine Gretsch. Austin Jeremiah Hansen. Austin Marie Borden. Omar Nicholas Perez. Alina J.C. Gaddy. Christopher Joseph Lovett. Mark Lewis Fisher. Seth Robert Thomas Terrio. Sierra Isabella Ritchie. Caleb Thomas Peters. Christian Gabriel Marcus Kim. Isabel Rebecca Lawrence. Haley Marie Sanchez. Evan Emmanuel Smith. Paige Stapp. Henry William Massey. Blake Dylan Batcher. Shay Ann Blondo. Derek Allen Johnson. Catherine Alice Neagle. Joseph Robert Borash. Courtney Lynn Jones. Alexandra Kelly Hodell. Luke Soren Rohrig. Savannah Diane Sievers. Schuyler Joe Umphenauer. Taylor Michelle Beam. Danielle Elizabeth Urbach. Annie Lynn Conley. Caleb Ryan Freeman. Kobe Adeva Davis. Anna Lee Shalansky. Caitlin Elizabeth Weiss. Amber Lynn Stewart. Skylar Reese Denny. Chase Cole Dewey. Devin Eugene Sherman. Kylie Ann Kuykendall. Alicia Kaylani Stanford. Boston Thomas DeAngelis. Gabriel Anthony Ridley. Clayton Allen Fromm. Janice Jasmine Dykes. Laura Ashlyn McCombs. Tyler Joshua Havens. Tara Marie Vincent. Robert Patrick Matthias. Jacob Spurgeon Wade. Alexander Keith Scott Hedge. Wesley Troy Croto. Haley Renee Croto. Joanne Sadie Donovan. Matthew Edward Banaszewski. Elizabeth Michelle Robinson. Keanu Akmanlungok Henry. Connor Ashton Briggs. Cameron Morgan Hickman. Connor Matthew Hickman. Addison Blake Skinner Walker. Madison Chance Barney. Star Ray Hunter. Gavin Ryder Fisher. Sierra Maxine Marie Glade. Kylie Brooke Powell. Daniel Akoni Crutcher. Abigail Lorraine Taylor. Isaiah Anthony Harding. Josie May Turk. Jocelyn Kayleen Rock. Anthony David Isles. Dylan Dakota Talbert. Alexander Edward Kazens. Elena Maria Rodriguez. Chelsea Ann Gardner. Christopher Michael Lamason. Haley Josephine Crone. Mason Robert Price. Shizwan Lua. Darren Connor Peterson. Danielle Lee Robinson. Naya Danae Moss. Eli Albert Louis. Aurora Nicole Brandon. Liberty Lonnie Castle. Kylie Morgan Vanderweel. Ethan Riley Bowen. Jamie May Winley. Ryan Roger Ratinsky. Noah Allen Weaver. Caden James Donald. Olivia Lynn Hode. Jenna Starr Gannon. Caleb James Norton. Jasmine Anna Louise Rutan. Sierra Renee Mitchell. Moses Samuel Halbert. Tyler David Evans. Liberty Roselyn Worthen. Lindsay Louise Harrell. William Dalton Romig. Dylan Paul Johnson. Nicholas Benjamin Samuel. Annalie Nicole Coburness. Hannah Elise Ray. Bo Daniel Alexander Roberts. Clayson Ray Wiley. Gabriella Rose Pliska. Audrey Grace Winterton. Micah Andre Charles Fernandez. Cody Donald Kowalski. Cooper Riley Kemp. Carter Anthony Cope. Carbon Chagulak. Rosella Barba. Sebastian Alexander Benefeld. Sterling McBride Petrie.
Hello, class of 2020. I have made what feels like a lifetime of memories with you. Many heart-to-hearts, laughs, tears, and even fits of rage have been shared in my class. If there is one piece of advice that I could leave with you, it is to find joy in life. Find joy not only in the good times, but the bad as well. It is true that we do not always choose the things that we go through in life, but we do choose how we respond. It is how we respond that will separate us from the crowd. Look at every trial in life as an opportunity to learn and grow, to develop perseverance. So, with that, I say find joy in your opportunities to learn and grow, for you will have many of them. I love you all with all of my heart, and I'm so proud of how far you've come. Thank you for letting me be your teacher.
Hello there. My name is Chris Balick, also known as Mr. Balick. If hindsight's 2020, I would have said goodbye to each of you on March 6th when you walked out of school for the last time. Instead, I get to give you a little piece of advice. Don't let anyone tell you your goals are stupid, pointless, or impossible. The highest mountains are only climbable one step at a time. So wake up each day taking one step towards your goals and dreams, and one day you will reach them. You are stronger than you know. Nothing can truly stop you but yourself. So don't give up on seeking happiness. No matter how dark it seems, there's always light on the horizon. It has been my honor and privilege to walk with you during your first 4 years of school, as well as my first 4 years of teaching. I will always remember this class as the first class that walked into my classroom, the first class to call me Mr. Balick, and the first class that I got to see grow up through high school. So always remember, I love you 3000.
And now, North Pole High School's very own Nylon 66.
Even though smoke in my lungs, finally breaking but my this way, making my way down to serenity. Finally breaking but my this way, making my way down to serenity. My head in the clouds keeps me away from your love. I'm so alone. Smoke in my lungs, self-change my heart. always tell.